When God says speak, you speak. Let me just say, if you are not going through something in your life, then something is really wrong with you. And I suggest you seek real life guidance. In the beginning, God led his people out of trials and tribulations. That is how he taught us. That is how we learn, and that is how we grow. I often find myself reaching out to God, sitting in my prayer closet, just trying to find clarity of my life and the things that I go through, the reasons why I go through them. And God, he always answers, and he is always responsive, and he's just there. Like, no matter where I am, he's there. He's here, he's there. He's everywhere. It doesn't matter who I'm with, or who I'm not with. Like, it's whether I'm inside the church walls or whether I'm at home, he's there. He's listening to me. I have a little joke that I say, like, I be telling my husband, I'm about to call God on you. I'm about to call God and tell him. I'm about to call God and talk to him. I dial his number, 816-777-7777. And I just let God lead me, and I let him pour out his instructions. We be having conversations. The last conversation that I just had with him, he was like, why are you being so disobedient? And I'm like, what you mean, God? Please tell me what I did to disobey you. He was like, I asked you to speak. Like, I'm laughing. I'm like, God, I talk every day. He was like, well, so now you can't comprehend? I'm like, God, please tell me what I need to do to understand. God was like, I gave you a voice. I showed you the way. Speak boldly and loudly. When you talk, put forth action so we can fully hear you speak. Speak of the goodness of me and what I have brought you through. What did I bring you through? What am I going to bring you through? Do you remember the promises that I made? And I just sit there like, yes, God, I remember. I know. I love you, God. You have brought me through so much. I often find myself wondering, like, why did he save me? Why did he heal me? Why is he helping me? Why is he guiding me? Why does he love me? And he always answers me and gives me a reason why. So let me just ask you this. How did God bring you out? What did he bring you through? I know that for me, if I trusted God and if I was faithful and I followed his instructions, things always got better for me. So what should we do? What should you do? We should remain faithful at all times. When life is good or when life is bad. You should remain faithful at all times, whether you are happy or whether you are sad. We should thank him in advance for what he has done for us. We should thank him in advance for what he is going to do for us. And we should thank him in advance for what he is doing right now. Most of us are not even grateful that we even just wake up in the morning. That we are even allowed to wake up and breathe. Like, breathe. Like, breathe. I had to learn that. I had to allow God to provide for me. I had to know that God is the one that supplies my air, and that he's the one that brings me through, and that he takes me through things so that I can become strong. Yeah, I want to be strong. I want to be strong in the Lord. That's something that I strive for and yearn for on a daily basis. Like how I yearn to be with my husband, I yearn to be in the presence of God. It's a faith test. That's what it is, a test of faith. Um, yeah, I be trying to figure it out, and he like reaches out to me and he tells me, it's just all, it's about faith. You gotta have a faith. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but faith is one of like the keys. One thing that we need to know is God will always keep his promise. He is very trustworthy. He is a trustworthy God, and we can depend on him through, like I said, through the good or the bad. We shouldn't doubt God. Why are you doubting somebody that created you, that gave you life, that gave your parents life, that gave your grandparents life? Like, a lot of times I be finding myself like, when the non-believers or the people who don't know of God, I had to learn that I can't or I shouldn't be quick to judge or condemn them. Like, if they knew God and if I showed them the way, then they might find the light. They can see the light. Because that's what we're supposed to do anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to let God work for us. We're supposed to let God work for us because he is our father, right? That's what fathers do. They supposed to be there for their children, take care of their children. We as children, we always think we know everything. And that's where we fall short. Because one of the first things that he told us is that we're supposed to honor our father and our mother. And if God is our father, he's the father of everything, then why are we not listening to him? Why? Why are we not listening to God? Why? Especially if we know that he always will keep his promise. He kept his promise to Moses. He kept his promise. He kept his promise to David. He kept his promise to King Solomon, Daniel. He kept his promise to me. Like, and I'm pretty sure that he's keeping his promise to you. Like, whether I lost my job or I'm going through things at my home, like when my car breaks down or my children are sick or my husband is sick, like if I don't have no food, and if my family is mad at me or if I'm going through something, I just like go into my prayer closet. I just stop wherever I'm at and I tell the Lord, thank you. I keep my faith. I have my faith and I keep it strong. And I know, 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 and I know without a doubt that he will always come through for me. Why? Because he is trustworthy and I trust him. In the beginning, God showed us that we must depend on him and follow his instructions. What if Moses and them didn't listen to God? What if David gave up? What if Peter and them didn't answer God's call? Moses cried out to God and he leaned on God. He stood up for his people. He listened to God and he was obedient. And I don't know about you, but I'm trying to be like Moses. Like, I need to stand up for my people. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm speaking and I'm talking and I'm doing it for my people. Just like Moses didn't know the outcome. I don't know the outcome. But he trusted God. So I know I'm going to trust God. He had faith in the promise God made. So I know I'm going to have faith in the promises that I know God made. My question to you is, what has God brought you through? Yeah, that's still the question. What has God brought you through? What pride did you put aside so you could hear the instructions that God has for you? Because if you have hatred in your heart, if you are trying to judge and condemn your brothers and your sisters, how are you going to try to hear what God has for you? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out just like you, because I walk on this earth just as you do, and we all live to die because that's a part of God's plan. But during the time here, what are you doing? God has expectations. Are you setting yourself up so you can succeed, so you can accomplish the goal that God has set forth for you? You're supposed to allow God to provide for you. He will provide the breakthrough. And just so, like, you're not, like, sitting there thinking, like, is it okay to ask God questions? It's not okay to question God, all of this and all that. These are not questions. I'm not questioning God. I'm having a conversation with God. I'm conversing with God. We're going back and forth. He is telling me, because if I don't tell him or if I don't talk to him, he's reading my mind. I need to come to him so he can understand me. I speak clearly, and he gave me that talent so I can come to him and tell him about the things that I need and the things that I want and the things that I want to do. So for me, it is okay to ask God a question or two. But once he answers and he gives me the direction, I don't just keep questioning him. I get up and I take heed of the instructions that he has given me. I take heed of the expectations that he has set forth for me. And for me, the problem with society is that they forgot about the things they learned in PE. Yeah, PE, not gym, PE, the proper etiquette. God had already showed us in the beginning. He already gave us the instructions in the beginning. There is a right and a wrong way to do things. There might be multiple ways of solving situations or the problems that you're going through. But let me just tell you, the only way that you're going to fail, the only way that you're not going to succeed, and the only way that it's the wrong way of doing something is if you don't try to do it. If you don't try to give it to God and let him handle your problems. If you don't try and call out and let go of your pride, it's not going to work. And I'm just telling you that right now. So, like, if everything is 100% going peachy and everything is good, tell the Lord thank you, because you are blessed. God said, I will not put more on you than you can bear. And he told Moses that. He told everybody that. He told me that. He's telling you that. If you believe in God and you believe in the promises that he made, have faith and you will go far. He made the promise. So the question is, will you trust God? Will you be confident? And will you be fearless? Moses answered God's call. Moses answered God's call. Moses trusted God. Moses obeyed God. Praise God. Give God thanks. What's your victory song? What is your victory song? One of my favorite things to do is sing unto the Lord. He gave me a voice. He gave me a voice so I can sing unto him. Exodus 15:2, the first song that was created for praise. It was something that Moses did for God to show him his gratitude, that he was thankful for bringing him and his people out, bringing them through, giving them another chance. Because all you got to do is believe and trust in God. They were weak and God gave them strength. even during sad times. Even during sad times. Even during sad times. God is the comforter. You have to allow him. You have to allow him to take care of you. And God will keep you busy so you don't lose focus. You do not want to lose focus. And even if you do lose focus, you can go to God and he will help you regain that focus. He will show you clear. He will give you clarity. He will do it. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. So I'm just saying, if God did it for Moses, if God did it in the beginning, if God did it for your parents, if God did it for your grandparents, he'll do it for you. All you got to do is believe and trust to know that God loves us.